Hey guys, it's ACairconditioner and welcome back for more Genshin Impact Summer Story. Last time, we've completed Act 4 and learned exactly what's going on with the sages and their plan on making Scaramouche a god. And we're not down for that at all. So, we gained some trustworthy allies, including Cyno, Ia, and I'll hate them, and Candace, technically. And also some airman members as well. And hopefully, we'll be able to take them down and free Kusanali/Nahida from the sages once and for all, reforming the entire academia. However, that's gonna have to wait, because today, we're gonna be looking into Cyno a little bit more, as we have this character store quest to handle. That's how I'm gonna be handling store quest, by the way, in this little series I'm working on right now. In the main series, I'm gonna go focusing on the Archon quest first, and then character store quest. Unless I need to do the character store quest to do an Archon quest, then that'll come when that comes. Well, otherwise, Archon quest first, all of it, and then the character store quest, and then the Archon for the update, and then Archon quest again, character store quest, yada 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 pattern. So we got Act 1 and 2 at 2, and then the Tainara store quest. So now we're doing Acts 3 and 4, and now we're doing Cyno store quest. Hopefully that makes sense to you guys. Event quest separate series. But today, we're going to be looking into the Lupus Aureus chapter, Sands of Solitude. And all we're going to do is just look around the academia. Now, you guys may notice I have a little change here. I have a little new addition to our little pet family. We have this adorable Cloud Retainer, the mass device, which is, I believe, only accessible through the anniversary mail rewards. And you get this little cute little burb over here, which is adorable, by the way. If you say this burb is not adorable, then I don't know what's wrong with you. This burb is adorable. And today we're gonna be walking up to, I guess, just look around the academia right now. Now I don't know exactly how this is gonna take place, like within the context of the story. But I feel like it's gonna be looking at. I feel like it's gonna be a standalone thing, I guess. But we'll link up with other stuff once we get more Sumera story past the Archon quest, obviously. Most character store quests ends up being very standalone until they start reconnecting by either events or new Archon quests coming up. That's usually how character store quests work. Usually.
Welcome to the academia.
And we're actually walking in here for the first time during recording, so
What should I do now?
that sounds fun.
If only Cyno was still around.
Excuse us. Has something happened?
Oh, I appreciate the concern, but who are you?
We also happen to know Cyno.
Ah, friends of Cyno. Well, I suppose it's not a secret or anything. Since you two are interested, I'll just lay it out for you. My name is Nabil. I'm a Matra in the academia. A case involving the smuggling of canned knowledge has come to our attention recently, but unfortunately, we don't have the people to handle it at the moment.
Huh?
And knowledge
You mean
smuggling.
the academia is short on Matra right now?
Well, not exactly. I suppose the main problem is that the case suddenly came up after General Mahamatra Cyno left to go somewhere. It would be a real headache for us to tackle the case ourselves. Given the large scope of the issue, we talked things over internally and decided that we should find further assistance from outside the Matra. If you two have some time, would you lend us your strength?
Sure.
Alright, since you asked so nicely, we'll help.
Do you have any further intel regarding this case?
Yes, large amounts of canned knowledge from unknown origins have been appearing on the market recently. We suspect there's a secret route being used to move the capsules. According to some research, using large amounts of canned knowledge could lead to some serious consequences. And unfortunately, most people have yet to realize that.
Okay.
Rumors also have it that some particularly dangerous canned knowledge has made its way into the market. Regardless of whether the rumors are true or not, this case calls for urgent action.
Could it be divine can knowledge?
According to our current leads, it's highly likely that there are dealers selling canned knowledge outside the city, even as we speak. If you two could, please help us investigate the area.
You can count on us. Let's go.
So this premise starts off with, I guess, canned knowledge smuggling. Now I'm assuming you can only do this quest after completing the Archon quest. But at the same time, it feels very standalone because I feel like until we meet Cyno, then I feel like my opinions could change. But right now, it doesn't seem to be really like focused on the fact that like we've met Cyno, but we haven't known him for long. And I feel like if you do Act 3 and 4, I feel like you should know Cyno a lot longer. I mean, who knows? We'll see. I just random thoughts right now. Speak of the devil.
It's Cyno. What are you doing here?
Ah, it's you two. I knew I sensed a familiar presence. I'm currently in the middle of an investigation here. We'll have to chat some other time.
Does that mean?
There's been a recent case of canned knowledge smuggling. It seems that the smugglers are following an elaborate and dangerous scheme. I just happened to acquire some intel which led me here.
Hey, what do you know? We're also here to investigate that.
I see. Well, the situation might be more problematic than you anticipated. I've already questioned several people, but gained very little information.
Really?
Long story short, I was able to learn of the secret location where the canned knowledge is being sold. You're welcome to accompany me if you're interested.
Whoa, that sounds pretty complicated. But having Cyno around will definitely make things easier. Alright, let's go round up those bad guys.
Alright, so I guess we're accompanying Cyno now. And like the reason why I'm not sure like how exactly this is gonna come into play when it comes to the overall story, because again, the story quests are standalone. It's because the topic we're exploring right now, canned knowledge, it's been very heavily explored all the way back in Act 1. So again, like, you don't really need to do Act 3 to understand exactly what's up with canned knowledge. If you play Act 3 and 4, then you definitely know like what's the origins of canned knowledge slash knowledge capsules. Sorry for stuttering there. But it doesn't seem to be focusing too much on the origins of knowledge capsules, if you know what I mean.
Seems even less than last time.
Oh, there they are.
What difference does it make? If you see something you like, buy it. If not, then keep walking.
They've been cracking down on us lately, so we don't have much on hand. If you see something that catches your eye, then now's your chance. There's no telling when we'll have more.
What does the academia think they're doing? Alright, I'll take these here. Let me see what else you have.
Bingo.
I don't see any real gems in this batch. It's all pretty ordinary stuff. Whatever, how much do I owe you?
150K. Show us the Mora, and you'll get
Jesus,
the
that's expensive.
Put the Mora down and your hands up.
Oh.
goods. It's Cyno! When's he ever gonna let up?
Hey, forget the goods! Let's split!
But don't forget the Mora!
Oh, you actually had time to collect the Mora? Okay.
Dun dun! Not so fast! You can't escape with Paimon on the case!
Okay, Paimon. Dramatic much?
What is this? He's got backup now? Doesn't everyone say Cyno works alone? I don't like the looks of this. Either way, it's gonna be a tough fight. Any ideas?
I have one. Surrender.
It's over. It's not like we're making a big cut anyway. I'm not losing my life here.
Huh? Did they really just give up like that?
They know how strong Cyno is.
Just like the others I've caught. They're not deep in the circle, just dealers at the bottom of the chain. Alright, I have one question and one question only. Where did you get this canned knowledge?
The pickup location is different every time. The boss tells us where it's gonna be and that's it. We don't get a say in it. He sends someone every 5 days to bring us the goods.
And when is the next batch coming?
I don't know.
He's telling the truth.
Menacing
Honest.
eyes.
Normally, we should have received a shipment 3 days ago, but we didn't get anything. The stock we have right now is from 8 days ago, which is why there isn't much left.
Cyno wasn't kidding when he said Intel was hard to come by.
I know exactly why they didn't receive their last batch. 3 days ago is exactly when I started my investigation.
Oh, really?
I suspect who's ever running this whole thing knew that I was coming. So they cut all contact with these dealers. When you were trying to escape, you said something about me working alone. Where did you hear that from?
Are you kidding? We've known your name since day one in this business. The boss warned us to watch out and even gave us info about you. But here we are. I guess we never stood a chance.
They already knew all about me and were trying to avoid being detected from the very beginning. These small fries are the only ones they leave out in the open. And no matter how many we catch, it won't further our investigation. If only we had another lead. Like a merchant who sells large amounts of canned knowledge.
I mean, we do know one.
Huh? Oh, you mean someone like Dur?
Shut up, Paimon.
Nothing.
Do you have a potential suspect?
No,
You'd better
we're
bring
good.
them to me for judgment.
Nah, we have no idea.
Ooh, judgment?
That's right. I won't turn a blind eye on any dangerous suspect.
Oh. Sounds like we shouldn't ever let Cyno meet Dory.
We don't know any merchants.
I see. Anyway, I'll think of a way to deal with these two and then continue gathering information.
Why would you
If
ever
manage
mention
to
Dory,
learn
Paimon?
anything, you can find me at Caravan Rebot. And as for you, I don't ever want to catch you buying canned knowledge again. If you possess any unused knowledge capsules, then you should submit them to the authorities immediately.
Okay, I got it. Just keep your nose out of my business.
Hey, what's with the attitude, mister?
What, you got a problem with that too? Listen, buying canned knowledge is a deal between two people, the buyer and the seller. We don't need people like you butting in on our business here.
Unless it's illegal.
Think about it. If the academia is hoarding something as convenient and useful like canned knowledge, then they must have been planning only to use it for themselves. Am I right?
You may have a point.
The academia has clearly published the potential dangers of canned knowledge. I don't like having
Oh,
to
but them
repeat
using
things.
divine canned knowledge for
And
to create a
besides,
god is
I'm
perfectly
sure you
fine,
wouldn't listen
apparently.
anyway. I just hope you understand that your actions are what fuels the smuggling of canned knowledge. If I ever catch you again, I will personally see to it that you are punished. All right, traveler. I need to go now.
Alright. It seems like the existence of divine knowledge capsules and base knowledge capsules are just bad news in general, no matter what,
Ha!
legal or not.
You think you can scare me?
Traveler, why don't we go talk to Dory? She's got loads of connections and might be able to tell us something about all this. If Paimon remembers correctly, she's usually at the palace of Alcazar's. Let's go!
Wow, I can pronounce that for the first time. Immediately for the first time. Also, are we really getting some Dory moments right now? I'm surprised. I thought she also, when did she ever come to the palace of Alcazar's? Don't make fun of me, I tried. But when did they ever come here? Isn't she normally known for being in Rito normally? We met her in Rito as well. I mean, she is here, but what? When did she ever come here?
Please, speak with the butler if there's something you need.
Hello, Dory.
I see. So that's the latest scoop. Good thing you didn't rat me out. Otherwise, who knows where I'd have to be hiding to avoid attention.
I know, Paimon. Do you know who's smuggling the canned knowledge?
No idea. Sorry. I've already cashed out of the canned knowledge business.
You did?
Huh? You mean you stopped selling it? That's right. With so much canned knowledge flooding the market, it was becoming impossible to fetch decent prices anymore.
Huh, touche.
Besides, it seems that group of smugglers has practically taken over the market. It's a little rule of mine to never fight for a share of someone else's market. If I'm gonna make Mora, it's gonna be the lion's share. Plus, with regulations getting as tight as they are now, I figured I might as well just hang it up.
Wow. Even Dory knows when is too much.
Sounds like we came all this way for nothing. Well, not completely. Granted, I don't know who's behind all the smuggling activity, but since you didn't sell me out,
I'm on.
I'll let you in on what I do know. After all, those smugglers have really crossed the line, butting their way into the market like that. I hope their luck runs out soon so that I can take over.
Really?
I mean, so that the industry can become more fairly
I think I
regulated.
give one some canned knowledge, Dory.
You just want to make more business for yourself.
Is selling canned knowledge really that lucrative?
Don't underestimate its value. Think about it. You can gain all sorts of knowledge while bypassing the
Oh, so
troublesome
it's
process
cheating.
of studying. Naturally, that makes it a product worth a high price. Of course, not everyone needs that kind of knowledge, but in a market as big as Sumeru, there is plenty of demand. Plus, the cost of production is relatively low, so even if dealers have to cover transportation costs, there's still an enormous profit to be made. Then why does the academia prohibit selling canned knowledge?
Because it bypasses studying, probably.
Being able to gain complex knowledge and become a scholar with the snap of your fingers does sound like a dream, doesn't it?
Exactly.
But everything in the world comes at a price, right?
There has to be some sort of penalty with canned knowledge.
Gaining knowledge is a complicated process. It requires learning, thinking, and practice. Even when it comes to my own business, I have to go through a lot of preparation before I put anything out for sale. But with canned knowledge, one may simply skip all the hassle and get whatever they need to know immediately. That inherently leads to at least two potential problems. First, you'll accept the knowledge as factual without a second thought, and you'll find it very hard to forget. This means that
Yeah.
if the knowledge is flawed, then
Ooh,
it'll be
this
very
is
difficult to
huge.
correct.
That's
And
very
second,
interesting.
excess use of knowledge capsules over an extended time diminishes your ability to think. You'll end up becoming like a library.
That is
that
a
only store
scary
knowledge.
zoom in.
Oh, that does sound pretty dangerous. Traveler, you used canned knowledge before. Did you feel any negative effects?
I mean, for one, I only used it like one time. The things that the possible drawbacks that she's describing has to be related to people that uses several canned knowledge multiple times, like constantly. So like, I feel like it's not gonna affect me if I only use like one canned knowledge, in my opinion. Plus, I don't even have the cautious system anymore. I don't have the, I'm not part of the cautious system. I don't have the cautious terminal. Will that be effective? So yeah, non-particular.
Of course, using it sparingly is not an issue, which is exactly why
See?
I used to sell it. It's just like how medicine can be used to cure diseases, but can also do harm when overused.
Oh, so
It
canned
all
knowledge
comes
is like
down to
drugs.
balancing the right amount.
I never thought I'd say that ever.
Anyway, back to the point. There'll be consequences if the sale of canned knowledge by those smugglers is left unchecked. And what's worse, you're playing right into their hands by focusing only on the canned knowledge that's made its way into the market.
This is curious though.
As far as I know, their real purpose is to distribute information about the Court of Desolation. That's where the real business opportunity is.
Okay, first off, court desolation, I have no idea what that is, but court is a very interesting term. Second, this kind of knowledge can be, this kind of like description of canned knowledge, again, can be used to describe divine canned knowledge. And divine canned knowledge, Scaramouche, giving it to Scaramouche, turning to a god. You see where I'm going with this. Again, I mentioned it like very early on. I think during Act 3 I'm working on a Scaramouche theory video now, and that's 100% in the works. You'll get to see immediately what I'm talking about regarding divine canned knowledge given to Scaramouche. You'll see. You'll see why this is very important. I just gain more knowledge about this anyway. Ironic enough.
The Court of Desolation? What's that? Rumor has it that it's a site of ruins from the age of the
Again?
Scarlet King. It's said that with the treasures inside, one can see beyond life and death.
but any research of the ruins is strictly
Again
banned
with the
by
rumors
the
regarding the
Academia.
Scarlet King.
Word on the street is that there'll be an auction taking place in the desert. They're auctioning rare canned knowledge,
Court of
some of
Desolation.
which is related to the Court of Desolation. Once I heard about the auction, I began to suspect that all the canned knowledge popping up on the market is just a diversion. I'd wager that their real target is the Court of Desolation.
Why use canned knowledge to distribute information?
Because studying those ruins is not just a simple matter. It requires knowledge spanning several fields.
Right.
So, if they're aiming to quickly assemble a research team, canned knowledge would be the best solution. As for the auction, chances are they're trying to attract and scout out anyone with interest or expertise on the
So
subject.
canned knowledge smuggling is just more
On the other
of like a
hand,
bait
no
thing.
one can say for sure that they will ever succeed in finding the Court of Desolation. So,
Curious.
they might as well just make a fortune while they're at it by hyping up the related canned knowledge at the auction.
Sounds to Paimon like we better head to the desert and see the auction. Who knows, we might find some leads there.
That's right. And now that I've shared all that valuable info with you, it's time to introduce our limited edition desert travel kit. It comes complete with a map straight to the auction location.
Saw this coming.
As I said, I also have to make preparations before I sell things, right? Now, let me consider how much I should sell this for.
Just
I've
name
got
your
it.
price.
500,000 mora per kit. That's quite the bargain. We'll even offer a 50% discount for little Paimon's travel kit. Only 250,000 mora.
What? That's super expensive!
What do you expect, Paimon?
No need to worry, little one. Cyno's the one heading this investigation, isn't he? I'll be sure to bill all the expenses.
I don't
to
think
him.
that's a good idea,
All
Dory.
you'll need to do is tell him to go to the Merchants Guild and pay the bill once the mission is completed. Just, be sure to not send him directly here, though, okay? That would leave me completely in the open. I'm sure the former General Mahamatra of the Academia
Oh, former
would
General
never leave
Mahamatra.
anything unpaid. Oh, the Mora. I can see it already. Loads of shiny Mora coming Dory's way.
We'd better get going. If Dory keeps at it, we'll be out of Mora.
Don't we have like $1 billion on our pockets, Paimon?
By the way, it would be quite a tricky task to get all the canned knowledge off the market, don't you think? You'd probably be making some enemies along the way, too.
Huh? What makes you say that?
Because in the short run, the circulation of canned knowledge benefits everyone.
That's the point.
Whoever's behind the smuggling gets a chance to study the Court of Desolation, while knowledge dealers stand to make big profits. Even the buyers get a rare chance to easily access knowledge that's hard to come by. So, you see, it's a win for everyone. Who would want anyone stepping in and ruining the deal,
That's true.
As for the long-term consequences that lie ahead, most people can't see them, nor would they even believe them.
Short-sighted
So,
merchants
if
only
you think
focus
about
on,
it,
well,
you're setting yourself up
short-term
to be
goals.
targeted by everyone. You've got quite the challenge ahead of you. I can only imagine how stressed you'll feel. How about I recommend a book for
I'm
you?
good.
It's called 100 Ways to De-Stress and Live Your Best. I'll offer you a 30% discount right now.
Oh, again? No way we're falling for that.
Don't worry, Dorio. I don't need the book to know how to de-stress. Because I already know how to already know how to de-stress. Just beat the crap out of a boss. Seriously, being up around a world boss is a really good stress reliever sometimes. Okay, that just sounds sadistic, but you get my point.
Cyno! We got news for you. What the smugglers are really after is a chance to research the Court of Desolation. They are hosting an auction in the desert to sell canned knowledge about those ruins.
The Court of Desolation. I won't ask how you came by this intel, but is it reliable?
Sorry to go on for the moment.
We also heard that the Court of Desolation contains treasures from the time of the Scarlet
Oh
King.
wait, I just realized
Is
this
that
has to be
true?
connected with Act 4 then.
Partially. It was a secret place built by a dark sect from the age of the Scarlet King. The ruins do contain treasures, but the place is also rife with unknown dangers.
As per usual.
According to past research, one must forfeit their life as the price of entering. They are not some ordinary ruins, so the academia has strictly prohibited any related research. However, if they are using the canned knowledge as a way to move information and recruit researchers, then I suppose your conclusion does hold some validity. Regardless,
So this would connect with Act 4 as
we
well,
need
in
to
a
go
way.
into the desert.
Are there many people trying to study the Court of Desolation?
Less in recent years, but there are always those who attempt to do so, both inside and outside the academia. After all, legends claim that whoever obtains the treasures inside can see beyond life and death, or even resurrect the dead.
That's rather fitting for
Death is
Cyno's
often
design.
the greatest grievance for many people. Though they're fully aware that the chance of these rumors being
You're
true
gonna have to
are
see
slim,
Act 4 if you want to figure out
they hold
exactly
tight
what's
to
going
such
on. Why
fantasies
I'm studying
and
connections
pursue
here.
them regardless. That's why some continue to research it, regardless of it being a restricted subject. On top of that, it's hard to track the source of information contained in canned knowledge. Do you know where the auction is taking place?
Yes, we do.
Good. We'll go investigate. But before that, we'll have to get rid of these people tailing us.
Oh, of course. Hello, Eremites.
People tailing us?
That's right. Let's begin to leave town and see what happens. I'm sure they'll reveal themselves as soon as we
Cyno
make a
gameplay?
move. Don't worry. I'll make short work of them.
Oh, I know you will, Cyno.
That's Cyno for ya. But we can lend a hand too, you know.